Welcome back here to What's Cooking Today, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. I'm Michael Horn along with Eric Hines.
And Michael, we're being joined now by wellness expert Dr. Stephen Gundry. You know, we were talking about chia seeds and National Chia Day and Melba toast and all these great things. Dr. Stephen Gundry is going to tell us all about foods that can be the source of skin issues, and we're going to find out all about it right now. Dr. Stephen, welcome to the show, my friend.
Well, thanks for having me.
Dr. Gundry, what a great honor to have you here. He is the director at the International Heart and Lung Institute in Palm Springs, and he is founder and director at the Center of Restorative Medicine in Palm Springs and in Santa Barbara. He's a Yale graduate, double board certified surgeon, has been practicing medicine for over 40 years. He worked a lot at Loma Linda University as a cardiologist. You just have quite the background here. You have written some books over there, Dr. Gundry's Diet Evolution, Turn Off the Genes That Are Killing You and Your Waistline. And you also have a lot of top 10. That one, by the way, is on Amazon's top 10 diet books. It's just amazing here. And he's also got The Plant Paradox, The Hidden Dangers in Healthy Foods That Cause Disease and Weight Gain. So I believe in what you do. Eric kind of set you up here. Certain foods, they can be the source of skin issues. Why?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that's been fascinating to me through the years is I see about half of my patients have skin issues or autoimmune diseases, and so many times we found that it's actually certain what they think are healthy foods that are causing their problem.
Really?
And the easiest way to think about this is that our gut lining, the lining of our intestines, is actually our skin turned inside out. All the way from our mouth down to our rear end, there's actually a surface area of a tennis court inside of us.
Wow.
And what my research and others have shown is that what happens on that inner skin is actually reflected on the outer skin. And so what people think is going on with their outside skin is really just what's happening on the wall of their intestines. And quite frankly, for most people with skin issues, there's a war going on inside their intestines that they're pretty unaware of. And there's a war between, quite frankly, certain plants and us. And one of the things I talk about in the new book, The Plant Paradox, is that plants, believe it or not, do not like us.
Really? Why, come on. We always say you should eat a plant-healthy diet. You're saying they don't like us?
They were here first. They had it really good before animals arrived. No one wanted to eat them. Now, the problem for plants was that when animals arrived, they couldn't run, they couldn't hide, or they couldn't fight. But they're chemists of incredible ability. In fact, if you think about it, most of our drugs start with a plant compound. So they use chemical warfare to make their predator, including us, think twice about eating them or go away. And the idea is that if the predator's feeling bad, or if the predator hurts, or if the predator has arthritis, or gets depressed or anxious, the smart predator says, you know, every time I eat this plant or these plant babies' seeds, I don't do very well, and I think I'll go eat something else. The plant wins, the animal wins, everybody's happy. And then humans arrive. Unfortunately, as most of us know, we're pretty stupid. So when we eat things that make our skin break out, we go to a dermatologist or we buy a bunch of creams at the drugstore, and we don't actually address the actual underlying cause, and that's the actual foods that we're eating.
Okay, so it's the food that we're eating. So how do we know what to eat, what's good for us, and what's not? You've kind of scared us right now, saying that the plants are starting to fight against us here. So what do we know? Do we stop eating corn? What is it?
Yep. So it turns out that no human being ate a grain or a pseudo-grain until 10,000 years ago when agriculture started. And as you'll see in the plant paradox, there are compounds in grains called lectins. And I'm not saying leptin, and I'm not saying lecithin, but lectins.
Lectins.
That are designed to make us feel ill. And so grains are one of the big no-nos. And gluten is just, believe it or not, a very small part of the problem. Most gluten-free foods are actually full of other lectins.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there are, so corn and quinoa are actually American grains, and nobody in America ever ate a grain or plant from America until 500 years ago when Columbus started trade. Can you believe that the French actually banned corn as unfit for human consumption in 1900?
Why? Wow.
Well, there actually was a huge outbreak of mental retardation in northern Italy where they started using corn as polenta. And the French were so impressed that they banned corn and said corn was fit for one thing, and that was fattening animals for slaughter. And I completely agree with the French that corn is good for one thing, is fattening humans for slaughter.
Oh, boy.
Oh, brother. Oh, boy. Oh,
now, the other problem is...
You don't like corn at all, huh?
No. We were not designed to interact with the lectins in corn.
And that's why sometimes when you eat too much corn, it upsets your stomach, and, sometimes you don't digest it fully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Check yourself
get this. Believe it or not, cows do not digest corn.
Yeah, not good for them either, right?
And believe it or not, cows get such severe heartburn when they eat corn and soybeans that they stop eating. But half of the world's production of calcium carbonate, Tums, is mixed in with cattle food so that they will keep eating.
Whoa!
Yeah, so
is this,
every
wait,
time anybody pops a Tums or has
you're eating cattle food
or Prilosec, when they have heartburn, think about the plant is trying to get your attention to stop eating it.
This book is called Plant Paradox. Is this all in the book?
It's all in the book.
Plant Paradox, the hidden dangers in healthy foods that cause diseases and weight gain. All right, so corn's out. Are you saying quinoa is out too, and soybeans?
Yep. It turns out soybeans and most beans have the highest lectin content of any food. Believe it or not, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control,
right,
says that 20 to 30% of all food poisoning cases in the United States come from undercooked beans.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay, so now Doctor, you've just scared the heck out of us here right now. Dr. Stephen Gundry is here. The book is called The Plant Paradox. So a lot of us like to eat vegetarian. Are you saying that's not a good lifestyle, or we just need to stay away from corn, beans? Quinoa is not good now? What else?
The last things everybody needs to stay away from is the nightshade family. Nightshades are American plants. Potatoes, eggplant, tomatoes, and peppers.
Oh, you're killing me.
And you wouldn't
I'd starve.
believe the number with people with skin issues where it's the nightshades that are one of the biggest problems. In fact, the Italians always peel and de-seed their tomatoes and peppers before they eat them. My grandmother on my mother's side was French, and she taught my mother to always peel and de-seed a tomato before she served them. And it wasn't until I went to Yale that I actually had a sliced tomato with a peel and seeds, and I thought that was the weirdest thing I had ever seen in my life.
Dr. Gundry, are you on a time frame, or can we hold you over one more segment?
We can stay over.
All right, hang on. We're just right in the middle of this right now. Wellness expert Dr. Stephen Gundry here. Certain foods are the source of skin issues, and even more than that. Stay with us. You know, Fred Dry and I have been talking about BlueApron.com, where they send you fresh food right to your house with the recipes and everything. And you've been using this, Fred Dry, and you made dinner for me the other night.
Yes, I did. I had my Blue Apron on, and I noticed you didn't bring your Blue Apron with you, but we put a beach towel around you, and you did quite nicely getting that food shoved in there.
Salmon piccata was delicious, and you got all the fresh ingredients. They give you the recipe with it. It's less than $10 a person. There's so many new recipes. It's flexible. You can customize the recipes. Very easy to do. We were watching TV while you put the meal together.
You can't beat it. There's a knock on the door. They deliver it. You put it in the oven. You cook it and put it in your favorite type pie tins, and you're sitting there in front of the TV. The next thing you know, you're falling asleep.
Blue Apron has a freshness guarantee for you. Here's the best part. You get your first 3 meals free with free shipping. You go to BlueApron.com, put in the keyword dryer. That's Blue Apron, BlueApron.com /dryer, DRYER.
Hey there! Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right, get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
Hey guys, Ryan the Rhino DeSico here for my friends at Liberty Health Share. If your healthcare has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options. Liberty Health Share could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty Health Share. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your healthcare. Liberty Health Share offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty Health Share offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty Health Share today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
On my big beat. I work out of Los Angeles. My name's Horn. My partner's Hines. We're Horn and Hines. I carry a cart. I was in the supermarket with my shopping cart, looking at some fresh veggies. I saw the quinoa, soybeans.
Put 'em down.
I saw some tomatoes.
Put 'em down.
I kept hearing a voice telling me, put them down. I reached in my pocket for my wallet. Found out I had no cash. Was able to walk out of there safe and sound. Then I discovered Dr. Stephen Gundry. He wrote a book, Plant Paradox, The Hidden Dangers in Healthy Foods That Can Cause Diseases and Weight Gain. I dialed him up. I got him on the phone. My partner Hines said,
Michael, we got Dr. Stephen Gundry on the line right now. He's saying to put down those tomatoes, put down those beans.
is that the way you talk? Right now? Right now? We're going to do that right now?
Right now.
All right, so you've just turned our world upside down, Dr. Stephen Gundry. Thanks for being a guest on the show. The book is called Plant Paradox. All right, so you told us we got to stay away from soybeans and corn and quinoa. You said what else?
Oh, all the nightshades, tomatoes, peppers, eggplant. Believe it or not, goji berries or nightshades.
All right, so how some of those plants have great antioxidants. Can we eat them by doing things? You mentioned peeling a tomato. I love tomatoes. Do I have to not eat them, or do I peel the tomatoes?
Just peel it and de-seed it. Believe it or not, the Romans hybridized the Roma tomato.
Yep.
They have the largest pulp to skin and seed ratio. And what they would do is just throw it in boiling water for 30 seconds, pop them out, peel the skin out, cut it in half, squeeze the seeds out, and bam, into the tomato sauce. So what I do is study how cultures actually deal with these crazy plant compounds that are called lectins. And it's fascinating to see what people will do. Believe it or not, the Incas had 3 detoxification processes to get the lectins out of quinoa so it wouldn't kill them. They soaked it for 48 hours, then they fermented it, they let it rot, and then they cooked it. And unfortunately, it's not on the package directions. Now, here's the safety tip I go into in the Plant Paradox.
Yeah.
A pressure cooker will actually destroy all lectins except gluten. So you can use a pressure cooker on beans, you can use a pressure cooker on tomatoes, but you can't use it on wheat, rye, barley, or oats.
So a pressure
Won't work.
cooker to cook your veg. So you're not, can we asparagus? Okay, can I continue with my asparagus?
Oh yeah, well, we're designed to eat leaves. We're designed to eat shoots.
Broccoli, okay. Broccoli's fine.
Yeah, and we're designed to eat flowers like broccoli. Those are things that we've been eating as humans for millions and millions
So
of years.
we peel our tomatoes. We got to peel our peppers. We got to make sure the seeds are out on those as well too. One thing I saw in going over the notes for you, you're saying swap out brown rice for white rice. Is that true?
Yeah, believe it or not,
Why?
4 billion people use rice as their staple.
Yes.
And everybody knows how good brown rice is for you.
Of course.
But how come 4 billion people go to the trouble of taking the hull off of brown rice to make it white before they eat it? Because the hulls have the lectins. And here's the other shocker. We've been trying for 10,000 years, since wheat's been around, to make bread white. And only the poor people got the brown bread because the whole grain, has the lectins. And up until 50 years ago, we were throwing it away. And it's only since we started whole grain goodness that we've gotten into this big mess that we're in.
Interesting stuff. And what about fruits? Fruit is okay for us? You mentioned the
So, like I
goji berry.
said in
We
the
got to
first
peel
book,
that.
Dr. Gundry's Diet Evolution, give fruit the boot.
Really?
Fruit was useful to us and to great apes only once a year in the summer, when we would use fruit to gain weight for the winter, because winter was a time of less food. And amazingly, great apes only gain weight during fruit season. And even in the jungle, fruit ripens once a year. So I see a ton of people who have weight issues and cholesterol issues, and when I take their fruit away from them, they lose weight and their cholesterol drops. Yeah,
So
you heard me right. Their cholesterol goes down.
So you say
Stop
drop
eating
the fruit, drop all fruit from your diet, bananas, everything.
Yeah, believe it or not, there's no human need for fruit. Just ask an Eskimo.
Oh, wow. This is amazing. We got to have you back on here to talk about this and more research on this as you go along. So dump the fruit. You don't even worry about it whether it's in season or not. Get rid of it, right?
In season, it's actually pretty good for you, and in the plant paradox, what I do is tell you when you should do this, what kind of fruits are safe in season. But you got to remember that your computer program that you run in your body
Yep.
runs version 1.0, and we've never had an upgrade. Our computer cannot understand that a 747 could bring blueberries to
It's amazing. This can't. Give us your website, Dr. Gundry. Give us the website real quick.
Go to GundryMD.com.
GUNDRYMD.com. Thank you, Dr. Stephen Gundry.
This is the Mongol on Move.